Today we're going to divide radicals. Make sure that you get your date and page number and your learning target down. And you also put it in your table of contents. Okay, so today, anytime I'm dividing radicals, what you want to do is you can't leave a radical in the denominator, basically. So, the first thing you want to remember, make sure you get this blue stuff down, is that if the index is the same, which they will be because the only thing I told you already you're dealing with in here is square roots, then simplify them if you can divide. So if you can divide insides with insides and get rid of your radical, you should do that. Otherwise, you're going to have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the radical that's in the denominator to get rid of it, because you can't leave a radical in the denominator. So let's talk about that. If you have example 1 here, where I have 6 square root of 36 over 3 square root of 12. Okay, well, just like with multiplication, you can divide insides with insides and outsides with outsides. So these are both outside numbers. And because I can actually divide them and get 2, I'm going to do that. Because 6 divided by 3 is 2. Then I've got my inside numbers, 36 and 12, and I can divide those as well. 36 divided by 12 is 3. So you always want to check that, because look, now it's in simplest form. I don't have any radicals in the denominator. My answer is just 2 square root of 3. So you always want to check that. Most of the time you're not going to get that lucky. So for example, in example 2, we're not going to get that lucky. I can't divide 3 and 2 and make it any simpler, and I can't divide 15 and 2 and make it any simpler. So the part that's causing a problem here is this radical in the denominator, this inside number right here. So I need to get rid of that. And the only way to get rid of that is to multiply the top and the bottom by square root of 2. So when I do that, we're doing multiplication again. Insides with insides, outsides with outsides. So 3 is an outside number, and there's not an outside number here. So when I multiply straight across the top for my fraction, I will get 3 as my outside number. Then I can multiply insides with insides. So I would multiply 15 and 2, and that will give me 30. Okay, so all I did was insides with insides, outsides with outsides. Same thing on the bottom. The only outside number I have here is 2, so I'm just going to bring that over, because this is like a 1 here, and 2 times 1 is 2. And then when I multiply my insides together, I'm going to get 2 times 2, which is 4. And you'll see that this will all work out. That's why I did it. And well, now we're going to see if we can simplify the top. So when I go to simplify the top, I'm just going to rewrite it over here. 3 square root of 30. Okay, well, let's see if we can break that down. 30 breaks down into, I don't have any perfect squares that go in there, but if you're not sure, let's check. This is 15 times 2. 15 breaks down into 5 and 3. 2 doesn't break down. So 5 doesn't break down, 3 doesn't break down, 2 doesn't break down, so this doesn't get any simpler. So it's just going to stay 3 square root of 30, because I can't make that any simpler than it already is. If you could, you would. Now, when I look at the bottom, I've got 2 times square root of 4. So let's simplify the bottom over here. Well, 4 breaks down into 2 and 2, and this becomes 2 times 2, because that's 2. And so my answer is 4 on the bottom. If I can, I will simplify these outside numbers, and I cannot, so I'm actually finished. The answer is 3 square root of 30 over 4.